What's going on, fam? It's your boy AP the Fragrance King. I'm coming at y'all because I got something for y'all, man. Today I want to talk about three fragrances from the house of Argos that are perfect for the summer that don't a lot of people talk about. So if you know anything about Argos, then you know they got some amazing presentation. They have some banging fragrances. Not all of them get talked about a lot. There's a few that gets talked about more than others, but most of the time that you're hearing anything about Argos fragrances, they're mainly talking about their winter and fall collection, like the Triumph for Bacchuses of the world and things of that nature. But it's three that I feel like are ideal fits for the summer. If you want to know exactly what these three fragrances are, then stick around. I got you covered. Let's go. All right, man. Without further ado, let's jump right into this list. We're gonna start this thing off right with a banging fragrance that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's very, very bright and sweet, and it's ripe for the summertime. And I'm talking about none other than this beautiful fragrance right here that's in this beautiful bottle. And this one right here is called Birth of Venus. Birth of Venus is a beautiful, sweet, fruity type of scent that to me is ideal for the summertime. The longevity for this is wonderful. You can get a good 7 to 8 hours of wear out of Birth of Venus. This is one of those fragrances that when it first came out, got a lot of fanfare and a lot of hype. And then the hype just kind of died down, man. It's almost kind of like somebody dropping an album. And you know, they got one or two songs on there that are popping. And then after the first week, they go from being number one to like number 15. In my personal opinion, I think that's kind of like what happened with Birth of Venus. As you can see, it's a nice dent in here. So I've definitely have gotten my fair share of wear out of Birth of Venus since last summer. What you're going to get in Birth of Venus, you're going to get some peach, orange blossom, grapefruit, bergamot, lavender in the top notes. And then in the middle notes, you're going to get some raspberry, chocolate, rose, jasmine, sambac, narcissus, amber. You're going to get some sandalwood. You're going to get some cashmere wood and vetiver. It's pretty much what you're going to get in this fragrance. And I got to tell you, the thing that stands out and that jumps out to me the most is the peach accord, the orange blossom accord, and the lavender. So the peach accord, the orange blossom accord, and the lavender, to me, pops. As soon as you spray this fragrance on, you get a burst of fresh fruits. And the compliment factor is through the roof. My son, when he was in high school, he just graduated last year, but he actually wore Birth of Venus to his job last year, and he was working at McDonald's, man, as a part-time job. And he came home and he was telling me about all the compliments that he was getting with Birth of Venus. Another thing interesting about Birth of Venus is that this fragrance, a lot of people might not agree with it, but you can get away with wearing this in the fall and the wintertime, especially if it's a not so cold day. You wearing it outside where the temperature is, like 65 to 70 degrees. I feel like Birth of Venus is one of those scents that you can get away with, man. So projection for this is great. I would say about 2 feet plus of projection out of Birth of Venus. The longevity for this, like I said earlier, you can get 7 to 8 hours of wear out of Birth of Venus before it dies down into the skin scent. Now, the only knock on Birth of Venus, and like a lot of other Argos fragrances, is that it's the color of the juice. Somebody like me, like I got on a white V-neck right now. That might be a problem if I want to apply this fragrance. Even if I'm applying it around the neck, it has a tendency to get on the collar. And it also has a tendency to stain your clothes if you got on lighter color clothes. So I wouldn't recommend putting this on if you got on some light colored clothes. And if you do, hey, do it at your own risk, man. But you're going to smell good, but you're just going to have a stained shirt. All right. So that's number 3 on my list. And I got 2 more that I'm going to give you, man. That's great for the summer. Number 3, Birth of Venus by Argos. All right. Number 2 on this list is another fragrance that's the same color juice. And this is a beautiful fragrance that gets a lot of hype, but it doesn't get talked about enough in the summer lanes. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Adonis Awakens. Adonis Awakens is a beautiful scent. What you get in Adonis Awakens is you're gonna get some grapefruit, bergamot. You're gonna get some pink pepper. You're gonna get some raspberry in the middle notes, some rose, vanilla, jasmine, chestnut, and then you're gonna get some cashmere wood and some sandalwood in the base notes. Is what you're gonna get in Adonis Awakens. I'm sorry. Now, what does it put me in the mind of? It doesn't put me in the mind of anything else that's out on the market. But what I can say is, it's got a soapy feel to it, a fresh out the shower feel to it, and it smells amazing. The only knock is the staining of the clothes. With the projection, with this, you're gonna get about 2 feet of projection out of this. Wise, you'll probably end up getting close to about 6.5 to 7 hours. I wouldn't say that it's beast mode. I think you get a little bit more out of Birth of Venus than you do Adonis Awakens. And honestly, a lot of people complain about Adonis Awakens. Some people say that it's basic. Some people say that they've smelt this scent before, but to my nose, it's not anything that I've smelt before in the fragrance world, soap world, and body wash and stuff like that. Of course, as we can say that about a lot of different fragrances. But Adonis Awakens is a beautiful scent. It's one of those, to me, if you ask me, it'll go well with any summer collection of fragrances that you have. You can't go wrong with it. It's a grab and go fragrance. It's mass appealing. You can get some good wear out of it. On the occasion for this, I would say that you can wear this casually, t-shirt, polo, whatever, and you can also dress up with this as well. You can put on a nice collared shirt, a blazer, and go to dinner or whatever the case is, and you're still gonna get compliments. It's still gonna turn heads. It's a beautiful scent that you can wear for the summer. That does not get talked about enough. You want something that's not gonna like be beast mode and like fill up a room and give people a headache, then Adonis Awakens is one of those scents that you can put on and it not be offensive to anybody. Everybody that you come in contact with is going to absolutely love this fragrance. So if you haven't got your nose on it and you're looking for something for the summer, then, and you got the money, then go out and get Adonis Awakens by Argos. Great scent for the summertime. All right, so last but not least on this list is a fragrance that a lot of people that are into Argos probably already know about. They probably already got this as a part of their summer collection. And I'm talking about this fragrance right here, man. This is Neptune's Trident by Argos. Neptune's Trident. What can I say about Neptune's Trident? Neptune's Trident is one of those very, very fresh, citrusy fragrances that is absolutely going to fill up a room. To me, it's masculine. A lot of people make it, they talk about it and they say that it's unisex. And Argos even lists this fragrance as unisex. But what I can tell you is that to my nose, it's more masculine, right? It's a masculine, fresh, citrusy scent. What you're going to get in Neptune's Trident is bergamot, mandarin orange. You're going to get some lavender, cardamom. And then in the middle notes, you're going to get some green tea, orange blossom, jasmine, geranium. And then in the base notes, you're going to get some musk, iris, ambergris, sandalwood, vetiver, and lavender is what you're going to get in this fragrance. A beautiful, 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 beautiful scent. And people that watch my videos always hear me say these fragrances are beautiful because a lot of the fragrances that I talk about truly are beautiful scents to my nose. I wouldn't be talking about them if they wasn't worth my hype. There is some that I'll talk about that I will, not recommend and stuff like that. But if I'm calling them beautiful, then to my nose, they are beautiful. What I will say is a lot of people and some people that have come across this fragrance that got samples of it, that's actually smelled it and purchased it, say it kind of puts them in the mind of Louis Vuitton imagination. I can see where they're going with that, but other than the T note in this fragrance, it does not put me in the mind of imagination. And unless you're talking about, like I said, the T note and the soapiness that you get from this fragrance. Neptune's Trident, to me, it goes and does its own thing. I would say in this particular fragrance that the rose and the green tea note stands out. So I know they got it listed in the middle notes, but as soon as I spray this fragrance on, I get a heavy dose of that green tea to my nose. I can smell the green tea right off the rip. and it's there for quite some time. It's a pleasant scent. Um, a lot of people will say also that it's not necessarily worth the money. But here's my thing. You know, people go out and spend money all the time on fragrances that they like to have tea in them. They spend 350 on Louis Vuitton fragrances, and I will say that for what you get in this fragrance, you might be left with more to be desired as far as the scent profile. But if you're looking for uniqueness, something that's mass appealing, something that smells good, then Neptune's Trident is, to me, is the number one fragrance that Argos has for the summer. So if you're looking for an Argos fragrance for the summer, and it has to come from Argos, I would say that top of that list should be Neptune's Trident. If you like Louis Vuitton Imagination, you will like Neptune's Trident. If you like Meteore from Louis Vuitton Imagination, you'll like this. And I think, like I said, it puts people in the mind of those fragrances because of the orange note, which we all know Meteore has a double dose of orange in there. Also, this fragrance got orange blossom, and then, like I said, it has the tea note. Louis Vuitton Imagination has black tea, and this particular fragrance has green tea. I don't know any other fragrance on the market that has green tea, and Argos actually did it with this fragrance, man. Listen, that's it. Wanted to bring you a quick video and just talk about some of the fragrances that Argos offers that are bangers for the summertime if you're looking for something from the house of Argos. The safest out of the three that I would say is the most mass appealing is either going to be Birth of Venus or it's going to be Neptune's Trident. I feel like both of those are safe to blind buy. But hey, don't blind buy anything if you can get a sample of it, is how I say. That's all my time for today. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, share, subscribe to this video, recommend it to a friend. And another thing that I have not been talking about, man, if you see a hype button for this video, go ahead and hype it up, man. Hype the video up. That way YouTube can push it out to even more people. So if you're somebody that's looking for honest content, this right here is the place that you need to be. All right. All right. That's all my time. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere else in the world, but you was here with me. It's your boy AP the Fragrance King. And I'm out.